Boy, we've had hallelujahs and holy, holy, holy. Now all of a sudden in the throne room in heaven, we've got a half an hour of silence. Boy, something is fixing to happen and it's big. Stay tuned.
Holy Spirit, come and refresh me. Holy Spirit, come.
Welcome to Through the Bible in 5 Minutes, and I'm your host, Brad Keeney. And today we're going to look at the prelude to the trumpets, this half an hour of silence in heaven. Remember, again, to get you kind of caught up to where we were, or where we are currently from where we were. Remember, chapter 1 is an introduction to Revelation. Chapters 2 and 3 are the letters to the churches. Chapters 4 and 5 deal with the throne room of God. Then chapter 6, we open the seals, all except the 7th. We're getting ready to open the 7th. And then through chapter 7, we kind of take a break there. But it's real interesting because we have this group of people show up in heaven from every tongue, tribe, and nation. They're there because of Jesus. They're worshiping Jesus. It doesn't use the word church, but it sure sounds like the church to me. Although some people believe that they're tribulation saints who were saved during the tribulation. But I want to put you on notice right now to watch, because we don't have recorded as we go through there a consistent picture of people repenting during this, things that we're going to see now. We do have a consistent picture of God pouring out His wrath, and we have a consistent picture of them not repenting. Oh, there's one time when it looks like they might be. We'll talk about when we get there. But anyway, that brings us to where we're at now, at the beginning of chapter 8, verse 1, and we're going to go through verse 6, and this is episode 25 in our line-by-line chapter and verse Revelation series. Remember, we also have discussion topics where we go through and discuss things like the mark of the beast, or one of my favorites is where we parallel Matthew chapter 24 with Revelation chapter 6 and into 7, and look at how we have several events that line up and seem to lead to a rapture. But anyway, I wanted to remind you, as I haven't in any of the other videos, but I need to get better about that. I think I might have in the last one, but to remember to like and share and subscribe to help our channel. And at any rate, we're going to start today with our prophecy, because remember, we're doing prophecies also with most of our videos, almost all of them, not everyone, but where we're looking at what it said about Jesus' first coming, and then we're going to look and see how that was fulfilled in His first coming, because now we're studying about His second coming, so we want to look at how it might be fulfilled that way. So, for today's prophecy, we're going to look and see how it's prophesied that the deaf would hear and the blind would see. Right here in Isaiah 29:18 we see, "In that day the deaf will hear the words of the scroll, and out of the gloom and darkness the eyes of the blind will see." We also see in Isaiah 35:5, "Then will the eyes of the blind be opened, and the ears of the deaf unstopped." And remember, Isaiah was written about 700 years, or actually a little more than 700 years, before Jesus was actually here. So this is a very stout prophecy. Now let's see how that was fulfilled. Matthew 11:15 is one place we can look. "The blind will receive sight, the lame walk, those who have leprosy are cured, the deaf hear, the dead are raised. The good news is preached to the poor." But also we see here Mark 7:37, and Luke and John are also referenced. So there's our prophecy for today. Now let's get into our study. Again, Revelation chapter 8, verse 1. "When He opened the 7th seal, there was silence in heaven for about a half an hour." Yeah, isn't that interesting? After everything that was going on, now all of a sudden it's silent in heaven for half an hour. Like I said, something big is coming. Verse 2. "And I saw the 7 angels stand before God, and to them were given 7 trumpets. Then another angel, having a golden censer, came to and stood at the altar. He was given much incense, that he should offer it with the prayers of the saints upon the golden altar which was before the throne." So you see, we have organization here, and a presentation of these prayers of the saints are being heard. And remember, in chapter 6, verse 9, we talked about the prayers of the saints crying out to the Lord, "O Lord, holy and true, how long before you avenge our blood on those who live upon the earth?" Because remember, they were martyrs. There's Christian martyrdom. People are dying for the name of Christ. And I'm wondering if that's not part of what's happening here, is those prayers are being answered. Let's go to verse 4. "And the smoke of the incense with the prayers of the saints ascended before God from the angel's hand. Then the angel took the censer, filled it with fire from the altar, and threw it to the earth. and there were noises, thunderings, lightnings, and an earthquake. So the 7 angels who had the 7 trumpets prepared themselves to sound. Wow, so we're getting into the trumpets next time. And the 7 trumpets are amazing. So stay tuned and make sure you don't miss that episode here on Through the Bible in 5 Minutes. God bless. Thanks.